Good evening. Good evening and welcome inside the Wayne Gretzky Sports Center. Thursday evening in the GOHL here in Brantford. I'm Reese Dumaney. Glad you're along with us. It's meeting number 2 of the season between the Caledonia Corvairs and the Brantford Titans. Titans looking to make it 2 in a row after defeating Welland this past Sunday 5-2. Caledonia looking to get back in the win column. They fell to Hamilton 3-2 their last time out, and it's the Caledonia Corvairs off the draw. That hit Butcher and went all the way around. You see Wicklander racing ahead. He's been bumped up to the top line. No Caleb Frank today for the Brantford Titans. Wicklander gets bumped by Joey Wasselin, the Guelph Storm draft pick from a few years ago. Mulholland shot deflected up off the glass in behind the goal. Wasselin, the older brother of Brady Wasselin, projected to be an NHL draft pick next summer. Currently playing in Niagara of the Ontario Hockey League. There's Karmanov stepping up. He'll fire one, and that is stopped and hung on to by Maverick Fletcher, who gets the call in goal. The Erie Otters draft pick playing in his 11th game of the year. He is 6-2 with a goals against average of .289, save percentage of .927. 200 feet at the other end. It is the first start in the Titans uniform for Ottawa native Cohen Lesperance-Spack. Stands 6'5", 194. As Gall gets the night off. Capel tried to chip it out, couldn't. Russell stopped it, tried to quickly fire, but it was blocked, and now it's back out to the neutral zone. For Lesperance-Spack, so far in 2025-2026 hockey season with the Valley Wildcats of the MJAHL. 3 games with a 1-2 record, a 6 goals against average, and an .841 save percentage. As Brock Schaus released earlier this week, there's a turnover at the line. Quick shot is turned away. Stippen tried to rebound, but it was blocked. Now it comes back out in front, and Scriven could not get a shot off. That's Arrogato on the forecheck. Pass ahead, that's off of Hudson's stick all the way down. Lesperance-Spack will go off the board. Scriven's there trying to get a handle on it. Can't do it as he came together with Braden Hobson. Arrogato trying to race and beat out the icing, but he can't. And play is halted just under 2 minutes into the hockey game. Still no score. Mentioned that 5-2 victory for the Titans in Welland this past Sunday. 5 different goal scorers in that contest for the Titans. Gauthier picking up his 7th. Caleb Frank with goal number 10 on the season. He's also got 19 points for the Titans this year. 10 goals and 9 assists. Stippen, Scriven, and Capel, the other 3 goal scorers for the Titans in that one as they outshoot Welland 43-28 en route to that win. And it was James Gall picking up win number 2 of his season. Turned back the other way by the Corvairs and over the Titans line. That one steered aside by Lesperance-Spack. Battle along the wall away from Scriven. Dunford from the line. He'll miss by a country mile. Rolls in behind. Rocco Taverness gets knocked down. And he landed very awkwardly as it looked like his counterpart Braden Hobson had landed on his head. And Taverness back into the lineup after missing some time with an upper body injury. We'll get a visit from athletic therapist Samantha Book here early in the contest. Yeah, nothing egregious, not an illegal hit whatsoever. More just 2 guys falling to the ice, and unfortunately, Taverness's head got the worst of that. But he skates off under his own power. That's nice to see. And the face-off will be in the neutral zone across the ice from us. And now the Corvairs bench wanting an explanation from the official, head coach Jack Mullen. 2:41 into the first period. Face-off win for the Titans just outside their zone. Mulholland will go in behind his own net. Now looks to skate out of the zone. He will successfully. Gains the red line and dumps it in just as Sully was on him. Gauthier in the corner. Couldn't get a touch on it. Poked away to Karmanov. Tries to shoot. That one deflected away by the goaltender Fletcher. Mulholland stopped it right at his own bench. Got some help from Wicklander, who got hit by Wasselin in the neutral zone. All the way around that Corvairs net. Gauthier in on the forecheck. Puck found Wasselin at the line. Karmanov will fire it right back in. Quinton Kimlemay raced to the corner. Couldn't get there first. Gauthier there as well. Freed up to Wicklander to Quinton Kimlemay. Tried a sharp angle shot. That was stopped. Wicklander a rebound try. And that one turned aside too. And now backhanded to the corner. That's off the boards and it will squeak out to center. Mulholland did a nice job standing his ground to keep it on the Caledonia side of the ice. And now it's off a stick down into the Titans zone where Karmanov will race after it. Hill advanced it out to center, just over the red line. Here's Osborne up the left side. Osborne fires, and Lesperance back makes the save, and then Osborne gets checked by Karmanov as the two get tangled up in below the goal line. 2 hours left. 4:08 gone in the first. Karmanov listed on the NHL Central Scouting watch list for the 2026 NHL Draft, listed as a W skater, which translates to a projected 6th to 7th round pick next summer. To the line, sent all the way across. Osborne, top of that left circle, shot off a skate, and it went right to Matthew Oon, who will backhand it off the boards to Gavin Christie. Christie got past Osborne, but not much further, and then it just slides right to Lesperance back. That's Thomas Hill just inside his own line. He sent it across. Tipped into the Titans zone. Christie chased after it. Didn't get there first as it was poked away from him by Ethan Quick. Little John, backhander deep. It comes all the way around to Joey Capel. Hill pinched in to try and keep it alive, and now he gloves it outside the blue line. Chipped back in to the far corner. Aiden Kroll, another newcomer for the Brantford Titans. Acquired in a trade with the Cambridge Redhawks this week. Seven games for Kroll with Cambridge. Brantford native, stands 6 foot, 175 pounds, 4 assists in 7 games. For the man that will wear number 2 in the white and gold. Scriven leaning in on the draw. The puck was poked to the board. Scriven after it along the wall, but couldn't get to it first. Poked past Taverness. Nice to see him out on the ice. Butcher tried to fire, and having to stretch his leg to the post was Lesperance back, and he's able to keep it out. Corvairs didn't think it was covered, but doesn't make a difference what they think. If the whistle goes, play is halted. 5:25 into the first period, still looking for our first goal of the contest. The Titans begin a stretch of 4 of 5 here at the Gretzky Center. That Lone Road game coming up next Thursday. That's 1 week from today against the Hamilton Kilty Bees at Dave Andrechuk Mountain Arena. As for the Corvairs, Road Warriors over the next 6. 4 out of 6 away from Caledonia. Scriven sent it all the way down. Out to play it is the goaltender Fletcher. Held on to it for just an extra second as Stippen was on the forecheck. Jackson Cunningham lukes all the way across to Taverness. He will fire it into the near corner. Arregiato tries a slap shot immediately off of the bounce off the boards, but he didn't get much on it. Poked by Taverness out to the neutral zone, 2-on-1 for the Corvairs. Pass near side was well behind the intended target of Gage Butcher, and that allowed the Titans to clear it out and get a change started. Mulholland got bumped. Butcher knocked down by Karmanov. All the way across to Stippen, who tried to find Quinton Kim LeMay, and Karmanov pummels his man to the ice. That's Tyler Clark. Referee with the arm in the air. Probably a safe guess that Karmanov will go to the box. We'll see if Clark gets anything too. And it looks like he will. Not really an awesome idea to mess with a guy who's 7 feet tall. I wouldn't do it. And now he's having words with Braden Hobson. We'll see if these are offsetting minors or if we're going to play 4-on-4. It'll be a neutral zone draw. We'll play 4-on-4, so 2 minutes up on the board here at center ice on both sides. Gauthier out there to take the face-off for the Titans, but it's won back by Jack Gallo, number 16 in black. Quinton Kim LeMay chipped it in. Wharton backhanded it around the near side. It'll be chipped up into the air, all the way across the rink, past Crawl. Now Quinton Kim LeMay recovered the puck for a second, fighting for it back up against McCutcheon. Now Gauthier got some help from Caledonia, pushing it out to the neutral zone, and the Corvairs will regroup just inside their own line. Rush up that right side, try to cut to the net, and Lesperance back had to be sharp there. That was a heck of a rush from Jack Gallo. Approaching 50 seconds gone in the minors. 4-on-4 to Karmanov and Clark. Christie on his backhand up that left side, forced around the net and then lost an edge in behind the goal. So that'll allow the Corvairs to come up as it's Littlejohn leading the 3-on-2. Dropped it for McCutcheon, his pass off a stick. Now the Titans with a chance for an odd man rush with both defensemen leading the way. Christie shoots one, glove stop by Maverick Fletcher as Gavin Christie looks for his first in the GOHL. It stays 0-0 just past the 7.5-minute mark of the opening period. .37 seconds to go, 4-on-4. Face off to the blocking side of Cohen Lesperance Spack. Backhander off the glass to the line and out. Thomas Hill could not keep it alive in the offensive zone, and Papel immediately on him inside the Corvair line. Only option was to fire it across as the Titans try to force a turnover in the offensive zone. Corvairs have it, 15 seconds left. 4-on-4. Hill through the middle, over the Titans line, up that left side, stops as Mulholland cut off the lane to the net. And he is tripped up, penalty upcoming to the Corvairs, opportunity the other way. Oon across to Taverness. And now something across the ice as Karmanov and Clark came together immediately after they stepped back onto the ice. So the initial penalty going to Caledonia, as Ethan Osborne will go to the penalty box. He's the first guilty party. And we'll see what happens after this. as it was immediate. They didn't even make it to the center ice circle before coming together again. So Karmanov immediately back to the box. Clark to the bench. So Karmanov the only minor. So we'll see if that gets rid of the Titans' power play. I'm curious what would have sparked Karmanov to go off like that. As we await the penalties to go up on the scoreboard at center ice here. Stippen still wanting an explanation from the official. The referees, Sean Morrow and James Bradshaw. On the lines, it's Dalton Kipp and Brian Cadwell. A couple of Caledonia players with their palms in the air. As Mike Christian getting an explanation from the officials. Two minutes up for Osborne, expected, for tripping. And then 2 minutes for Karmanov. So 4-on-4 again. So 2-2. 2 minutes for roughing to Karmanov, 2 for tripping to Osborne. It will be 4-on-4. And the faceoff will be in the Titan zone. Scriven, Quinton, Kim LeMay. Got Kral and Christie on the back end. Those are the 4 bodies for the Brantford Titans. As the puck squirts out to the neutral zone immediately off the faceoff. Puck in the Titan zone. Quinton Kim LeMay got a piece, but not enough to get it out. Dunford near side, fired it wide. Comes all the way around to Quick. Quick from the circle, fires one, and Lesperance back with the save, and no rebound. 45 seconds gone in both minor penalties. It's 4 penalties combined so far. We have not hit the 10-minute mark of this opening period. Corvairs coming into this game, 199 penalty minutes this season. Titans, 289, which leads the GOHL. Wicklander just outside his own line, able to find Jackson Cunningham-Lukes, whose pass was behind Gauthier. And that made him offside, so he had to retreat back to the neutral zone. Hobson couldn't get past Wicklander. And then Hobson took it back right in front of his own cage, sent it back that way. Wasslin got a stick on it. Cunningham-Lukes at the red line found Wicklander. Wicklander got bumped by McCutcheon, and he'll go in after it. Wicklander's backhander right on the stick of Hobson. And he'll give it to Wasslin, who will get it out to center off the stick of Wharton. Cunningham-Lukes all the way around for Wicklander. Up off the glass to Taverness. Hobson at the line. Sends it far side. Littlejohn into the circle. Tried to go to the front. Got knocked away. And then Hobson tried to fire, and it was deflected. Cunningham-Lukes took an extra second to get it to Gauthier. He works 1-on-2 into the offensive zone. He'll take the defense more times than not. Turned over at the red line, though. Taverness firing one, and save is made by Fletcher as the penalties expire, and we will play 5-on-5 And Karmanov will stay out there. Up front, it'll be Hill, Chamberlain, and Vander Elzen. Chamberlain playing in his first game since the home opener back on September 13th. One of the few Bulldogs prospects here playing for the Titans in the 2025-2026 season. Chamberlain acquired from the Sarnia Sting in a trade before the OHL season got started. Scott in behind Fletcher, goes off the far wall. Hill will bump his man. It was turned over right to Vander Elzen. Backhander knocked out of the air. Karmanov tried to step up. Corvairs with a couple of bodies. Save made by Lesbrant Spack, and he kicked the rebound all the way out to Vander Elzen. Karmanov there. Dunford and Chamberlain came together. Mulholland off the wall. All the way around to Hill. Hill tries to go off the glass and does so successfully as he got dumped into the boards, and that's a penalty. Titans are going to go to the power play. It'll be the first man advantage for either side as Hill was knocked into the boards. And immediately to the dressing room goes Tyler Clark. The Titans power play coming into this game, 6th best in the Eastern Conference at 21%. They've got 13 power play goals and 62 opportunities. As for the penalty kill for the Corvairs, 3rd best in the Eastern Conference, 87.5% on the PK, only allowed 8 power play goals on 64 opportunities for the opposition. And it'll be Nathan De Silva to serve the penalty to Tyler Clark. Face-off win for Gauthier. Moving in is Chamberlain. Kim LeMay there as well. They're just looking to get possession of the puck. In the middle, Stippen looking for it. Able to get it to Chamberlain. Chamberlain sauce near side. Kim LeMay couldn't handle it. He's forced to send it down low. Gauthier up top to that right circle. Lost the handle, and Wasselin will clear. Checking from behind to Clark. 2 minutes, 2-minute minor, and then a 10-minute misconduct for number 19 in black. Quinton Kim LeMay to the corner, dropped it for Gauthier. Gauthier back up top to Christie, back to Gauthier. Tried to quickly shoot one as the puck was on edge. It got blocked. Gauthier once again. Christie moves in to help him out. And he drops it for Quinton Kim LeMay. Gavin Christie up top to Gauthier. His backhander blocked, but right to Christie, who fires one and scores! It's the first goal in the GOHL for Gavin Christie. It comes with 7:09 to go in the first on the power play, and it's 1-0 Titans. Well, he had an opportunity earlier on in the game on a 2-on-1 to try and beat Fletcher. Couldn't beat the glove hand. Decides to go blocker side this time with some traffic, and he does beat number 35 in black for his first in the Greater Ontario Hockey League. As quickly back the other way. That's a big stop from Lesbrant Spack. You got to make that save immediately after a goal, and that's clutch from big number 30 in white. Sent all the way ahead. Russell forced back, tried to find Wasselin, but the pass was nowhere near that area code. Comes all the way around. Dunford was there, out of his reach. Wasselin sending it back this way to Osborne. Back in behind, ahead of Wasselin. Oon won the race to the puck, and then he got pinned by Wasselin up against the wall. Dunford out from behind his own net, goes off the glass, knocked down at the line by Mulholland though. Dunford to Scriven. Oon now finds Arrogato. Arrogato back up top to Mulholland. He looks to shoot, but it's up off the glass in behind Fletcher. Scriven down low to Stippen, who was tangled up for a second with Ethan Quick. Poked back to the corner. Arrogato tried to go back to Stippen. That was intercepted and knocked out to Osborne. Osborne over the blue line. Looks to shoot and does, and just missed as a moving screen was out in front of L'Esperance Spack. Out front to L'Esperance Spack, and he will get on top of it. So based on the reaction of Christie and his teammates, it appeared that he scored. However, the officials say that it was tipped by Adam Stippen. So it'll be Christie's 6th assist, Stippen's 6th goal, and Gautier's 6th assist of the season. That's kind of funny. Off the draw, it'll be banked off the glass and out. Away from Kim LeMay, as they're going to call it a hand pass in the neutral zone. So Stippen from Christie and Gauthier. Time of the power play goal, 12:51. So before we get things started, 2 more penalties upcoming. Hill for the Titans and Hobson for the Corvairs. So 4-on-4 again. And now coming off is Braden Hobson. Hill's still in the box, but Hobson off to the room. And Jack Mullen wants another word with the official. So 2 minutes goes on the board for both guys. So that means there was an extra penalty given to Hobson. We've only had 1 goal, but I would say it's been a fairly interesting opening 20. Or opening just under 15. And I think they just waved over to Hill to say, hey, you're going off too. That's Sean Morrow over to explain it to both coaches. So yeah, Hill will head off. So 2 and 10s for both. That's what I get out of that. If we're going 4-on-4. Well, now they've wiped the penalties off the board, so it must just be 10 and 10. All right, so we'll play 5-on-5. We'll get it sorted out eventually. The face-off won by the Corvairs. So both penalties are misconducts, just 10 minutes aside. And now a minor penalty on the board to Taverness. So the Corvairs to the power play. At the point, this is Gallo coming near side to Littlejohn, back to Gallo. Here's a shot over top of the cage. It comes all the way around to Littlejohn, who couldn't handle it as it's back out to the neutral zone. .34 seconds gone in the minor to Taverness. This is the third best power play in the Eastern Conference for the Caledonia Corvairs. They've got 11 power play goals in 46 tries. That is good for 23.9% as the Titans will get it clear. As for the PK for the Titans, it is 10th in the Eastern Conference. They have allowed 18 power play goals in 73 opportunities for the opposition. That is good for 75.3%. Quick gained the center line, sent it in just outside the blue line. Karmanov turns and got enough of it to get it out to the neutral zone. Gallo had to hurry as Quinton Kim-LeMay quickly made his way to the puck. And now Stippen tries to clear, can't do it. Scriven swung and missed. Quick's opportunity goes well high and wide. And the Titans will clear it again. Now 38 seconds left in the Taverness minor. 3:35 to go in the first period. 1-0 Titans on the goal by Adam Stippen. His 6th of the year coming on the power play. It's his 3rd power play goal of the game as well. A couple of Titans having half their goals come on the man advantage. That includes Stippen as well as Caleb Frank. 5 of his 10 goals coming with the man advantage. Wasselin fires it, was going wide. Cohen Lesperance back, not taking any chances as he gloves it with 10 seconds left in the Caledonia power play. This power play 1 for 2 against the Hamilton Kilty Bees in their last game. Again, that was a 3-2 loss against Hamilton. Titans were 8 for 10 on the PK in Welland, allowing a couple of power play goals, and none at even strength to take that one 5-2. As time will tick down, 2 seconds and 1. Taverness is out of the penalty box, and it is a successful kill to start the night on the PK for the Titans. Oon up ahead, off the boards. Capel would have been away if the puck had gotten further down the rink, but stopping it was Nathan De Silva. Mulholland up that left side. This is Oon shooting one, and well out in front of the blue paint to make the save is Maverick Fletcher. 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from the first intermission. Still 1-0 Titans. It's a 5-1 win for Caledonia in the first meeting of the season between these two teams. They came back on September 19th. That was the one strange thing about the schedule last year. These two teams played the first 2 games of the season series, I'd say fairly early in the year. And then it's like somebody forgot that these guys have to play each other 5 times because they played each other 3 games in a row towards the end of the season when the Titans made a huge push for the playoffs. Quick shot by Stippen was stopped, and then Arrogato looking for a second opportunity, and there's now a penalty being called against the Titans. Goaltender to the bench, 6-on-5 advantage for Caledonia. Having to stop is Chase Scott. Comes all the way across the ice to Quick, who has to avoid the official, as well as Arrogato. Quick still with it on the left side of the ice. Stopped, and Scriven will touch up. Penalty will be called, and Caledonia quickly back to the power play. It'll be a trip against Arrogato. Minute 52 on the clock here in the first period. Face-off win, Little John. Back to Gallo. Gallo will switch with Quick, who goes back to Gallo. Osborne up top to Gallo. Quick wants a one-timer. He's not going to take one. He'll just receive the pass. Give it to Little John, who fires one, and he scores. He beats Cohen Lesbrance Spack on the glove side to get this game even at 1. It's a power play goal for the Corvairs. Little John will pick up his 5th of the year and his 2nd on the power play. With 1:29 to go in the first period, we are even at 1. This is the goal scorer, Little John, sending it all the way across to Russell. Russell back to Quick, who's just inside the line. Near side to Little John. He wants to shoot again, but that got deflected all the way across. Follow-up chance is steered away, and then Lesbrance Spack got another one with the blocker. Try to throw it out front. That gets blocked, and here comes Quinton Kim LeMay. All alone in the offensive zone is Osborne. He couldn't get through 2 defenders, and then he got bumped by Taverness. Sharp angle try, kicked out by Lesbrance Spack with 12 seconds to go. Titans will chip it out off the boards. Gauthier is ahead. Has Wicklander, leaves it for Gauthier. He fires one, pad save, rebound is there, and Arrogato is stopped. And the buzzer sounds. We're at the end of 1 period of play. It is 1-1 between Brantford and Caledonia. We'll step aside and be back for period 2 after this. Welcome back inside the Wayne Gretzky Sports Center. We are about to get period number 2 underway between the Brantford Titans and Caledonia Corvairs. Reese Dumaney here on a Thursday night from Brantford, Ontario. No carryover penalties, so we begin the second period 5-on-5. Stippen, the goal scorer for the Titans. Carson Littlejohn responding for the Corvairs. Both goals coming on the power play in the opening frame. This is Gallo moving in, trying to get the puck from Holland. Couldn't do so. Stippen got it to Scriven, who went off the boards. 2-on-1 with Arejado. Scriven fires, and Fletcher is able to keep it underneath them and not allow a rebound opportunity. So the Titans with a grade A scoring chance right off the hop in this middle frame. The Titans will make their first change of the period, 23 seconds in. This is Papel out to take the draw. Un with it in the offensive zone. Back to Karmanov. He'll fire one. That's well wide on the glove side. Capel was there but couldn't get his stick free for a deflection. Capel had to go through Un. Papel near side. Back to the line. Karmanov. He'll fire one, and that top corner was there, but he just missed. Try from the far point is wide. Karmanov tries again, got a deflection this time, but it was stopped by Fletcher. Capel back up top to Mulholland. He'll shoot another one, and that one's high. I don't think Fletcher saw that one. Karmanov firing one, and that's deflected up into the netting and out of play in behind the goaltender. So the Titans coming out humming in this middle frame, looking to get back into the lead. Stippen gave them the 1-goal advantage at 12:51 in the first before Littlejohn responded in the late stages with 1:29 to go. Scriven out there for the face-off. Stippen and Arejado on either side with Kral and Christie on the back end. Thrown through the middle off of Christie's skate. Aiden Kral, newly acquired defenseman from the Cambridge Redhawks. Pass on the tape of Adam Stippen. Has Scriven going to the goal, but the pass well behind Ryan Scriven. And now Christie tried to move in to keep it alive, but the Corvairs will get it out to the neutral zone. Pass was fanned on, so here comes Scriven. Has Christie, leaves it for him. Christie tried to go to Stippen in the middle. That was intercepted, and now quickly ahead to Osborne, who fires one, and Lesperant's back makes the save. Dunford kept it alive, and now it's into the glove of the goaltender, Cohen Lesperant's back. It was probably going high, but number 30 in white hung on to it. There are 2 men in the penalty box, if you do notice on your screen. That's Tristan Hill and Braden Hobson, who both received 10-minute misconducts in the second half of that first period, so they will finish those. Here to start the second. Quick shot, that's off the outside of the post. Puck poked to the corner. Delayed penalty upcoming to the Corvairs. Gauthier to Wicklander in behind. Quentin Kim LeMay getting back to his feet, and now the Corvairs will touch up, and the Titans will go to the power play. Titans 1 for 1 with Stippen deflecting home the Christie point shot. Dunford to the box for 4 minutes. Gauthier leaning in. He'll win that face-off. Stippen got it back to Chamberlain. Chamberlain moves in. Weak backhand pass was taken away by Wasselin, and he'll move up the rink on the right side. Christie drops it for Quentin Kim LeMay. Near side, Gauthier has to circle back. Aggressive PK right now by the Corvairs. That's Connor Sully in the offensive zone. And now with him is Easton Swift. Christie near side to Gauthier up the left wing. Gauthier tried to drop it for Stippen just inside the line. Couldn't do it. Chamberlain now in behind. Looks to Quinton Kim-LeMay. His pass off a stick. Gauthier tried to come and get it, but it was taken away and sent the length of the ice. Gauthier in over the line, all the way across. Christie sent it back to the wing, and now we'll get the puck back. Weak shot just goes wide. Wicklander grabs it off the boards in that left circle. All the way across. Capel fires. Fanned on the shot. Gauthier follows up, and it ricochets across the ice. Capel tried to quickly move it out in front. That was Karmanov below the goal line. And it'll be sent the length of the rink, and Lesbron Spack is out to stop it. Christie to Karmanov at his own blue line, sauced all the way across to Capel. He's able to get around to Corvairs. To Wicklander, top of the circle, back up top, off of Aiden Krall's stick, and out to center. That's McCutcheon in the offensive zone, along with Alexander Davies. Karmanov up the left side over the Corvairs line, sends it in deep. Scriven gets there first, along with Wicklander. Scriven. Karmanov helped recover the puck. Capel now to Wicklander, who tries to shoot, but his stick exploded. And then they try to dive at it. It goes wide of the cage. Fletcher is down and out. Still down, and now he's able to get on top of it with some help from his defense. Chaos at the side of the cage, but it remains 1-1, 3 seconds away from the 5-minute mark of the second period. The top unit will come back out for the Titans. So with a minute 20 to operate on the 4-minute double minor to K. Dunford for kneeing. Gauthier, Stippen, Kim-LeMay, along with Chamberlain and the lone defenseman Christie. Stippen came in to help out on the draw. Gauthier with it in the slot, lost it. Chamberlain came in, got it to the corner. Wasselin back to Gauthier, to Stippen. Stippen in the left circle, has a lane to the cage, tried to go short side, but that was stopped. Kim-LeMay up top to Christie. Back to Quinton Kim-LeMay. Tried to go down low, that's off a stick, right to Stippen. Stippen got tied up. Corvairs can't clear. Second try they do. And it's Christie to retrieve the puck with 46 seconds left in the power play. Christie having to avoid De Silva in the offensive zone, has all kinds of speed up the right side. Christie looks to the front of the net, doesn't have an option, and gave it to Gauthier near side. He was stopped, and the Corvairs clear it again. With 26 seconds left on the power play. Quinton Kim-LeMay has Quick chasing after him. To Gauthier just inside the line. Off of Chamberlain's skate. He has a man near side, Stippen, but he couldn't get him the puck. Gauthier out in front. That went right to Wharton, and he dumps it down, and that'll do it for the Titans power play. They got their looks, but they just couldn't beat Maverick Fletcher, who keeps it 1-1. 6:20 into the second period. Christie with some real estate. Matthew Oon tried to get it on net. That was blocked. Down low, Capel along with Papel. It's at the side of the cage. Fletcher trying to grab it. He can't. Cunningham Lukes now. Off the boards. Capel got around a defender. Lost the handle, though, and Thomas Hill couldn't get it out. Capel just out of the reach of Cunningham Lukes. Taverness is there as he got bumped by Russell, who now has the puck. Russell up that right side. Tried to go short side, but missed. At the line, Hill. Corvairs were offside. Out to the neutral zone. Capel to Papel to Oon. Bouncing puck on him. Papel will chase after it to the circle and to the far wall. Out in front, Oon's there, and he scores! Somehow that puck made its way through the blue paint and right on the stick of number 9 in white. Titans regain the lead. It's 2-1. That'll be the Air Natives' second goal of the season in game number 13. And that restores the 1-goal lead for the Titans. Capel and Papel grabbing the assists. That fourth line doing some damage in the offensive zone. Karmanov got tangled up with his counterpart. And now referee Bradshaw will call a hold on Karmanov. That'll be Karmanov's third minor penalty of the game. As him and Hobson had come together in that right circle to our right here at the Gretzky Center, and I'm going to say Karmanov didn't let him go. The Corvairs to the power play, have converted once on their lone goal so far. Gallo off the face-off will send it all the way across to Littlejohn, who has that power play goal. Quick into the slot area, backhander to the side of the cage. That goes right through Russell, as him and his number 4 counterpart, Hayden Mulholland, were tied up at the side of the cage. Gallo again will drop it for Quick. Quick back to Gallo. Gallo throws it all the way across again. It's stuck in front of the blue paint. And Quick keeps it alive. Another try, and Lesbrott's back, gets back into position to make the stop. About to drop the puck, but Quick will get kicked out, so Russell will have to come in for him. It's one to the wall and banked off the window, and it does just get out. Gallo couldn't keep it alive in the offensive zone. Quick, with 1:20 left on the power play. Papel met him, trying to poke at it and get a shorthanded chance. Couldn't do it. Gallo fires, and it's into the catching glove of Cohen Lesbrott's-Spack. Lesbrott's-Spack again, making his Titans debut. Scriven out there for the draw up against Quick. It just sat in the face-off circle for a few seconds, and now it's off of Gallo into the Corvair bench. So we'll do it again in the same spot. Couple of seconds tick off the clock. 1:11 left in the Karmanov minor. Same two guys in the face-off circle as well. Scriven with the stick down, and it's a face-off win for the Corvairs. Gallo all the way across to Littlejohn. Had a little bit of space to walk in and shoot, but lost the handle, so has to come back to Gallo. Now to Quick. Top of the right circle is forced back. Send it all the way across to Littlejohn. Wanted to shoot. Lane was closed by Chamberlain. Littlejohn again, looking to shoot. All the way to the far circle, and that'll ricochet into the netting and out of play. Corvairs set up a one-timer from that left face-off circle, and it remains 2-1 for the Titans. 11:22 to go. Titans looking to win their second straight. Corvairs looking to get back in the win column after dropping their last contest to the Hamilton Kilty Bees by a 3-2 score. Titans 5-2 winners over Welland last weekend, and they'll get a clear immediately off the face-off. Now 40 seconds left in the penalty kill. Through the middle, McCutcheon was quickly pressured by Papel, who tried to clear it. Wasselin was there, though, so he couldn't. Wasselin and Papel again along the wall. Wasselin had it knocked away, and then it was just out of the reach of Gage Butcher. Corvairs are offside. Mulholland grabs it with the glove, knocks it down, puts it on his stick, and sends it down. Oon trying to force the issue on Wasselin. Oon in the offensive zone, lost his edge. Wicklander now tried to find Oon. And now it's sent out and down. Penalty is over. 10.5 to go in the second period. 2-1 Titans. Corvairs will send it down the ice, and it will have enough for icing as Cunningham Lukes was back first. Puck was on edge, so it rolled down into Titan territory. So we'll do it again, same spot. Wicklander along with Kim LeMay and Gauthier out for the draw. Taverness and Cunningham Lukes on the back end. Clean face-off win. Kim LeMay fires. It goes back to the face-off circle. Wicklander's there. He got hauled down as he tried to dish it. And now the Corvairs come back the other way. Davies gets kicked out of the circle. Corvairs still won the draw. Couldn't control it, though, so it's back out to the neutral zone. Taverness intercepted the pass. He'll fire one. That's off his stick. Fletcher kicked it away with the pad. Cunningham Lukes moving in as him and Swift come together. Into the circle. Oon's there. Was knocked to a knee. Corvairs look to escape the zone with it, but they can't. Papel turns it back. Got away from Little John. His attempt off a stick to the near corner. Oon fighting for it. Papel there too. Couple of Corvairs though going to come up with it as that was Davies sending it all the way around his own net. To the far boards. Stopping it is Swift. Capel's right there, but a delayed penalty upcoming to the Titans. Corvairs are headed back to the power play with 9:14 to go in the second period. A very similar situation to what we saw in the late stages of that first, where Titans take one minor, kill it off, immediately take another one, and then the Corvairs were able to convert on that power play. As now it's Oon heading to the penalty box for 2 minutes or less. Quick on the face-off for the Corvairs, Scriven for the Titans. It's Quick winning that draw. Back to Gallo at the right point. To Quick. Back to Gallo. Gallo goes to Little John. He'll shoot one, and puck ricocheted back to the face-off circle on the far side, and the Titans are able to clear. Battle in the corner. 3 Titans along with 3 Corvairs. In the circle. Quick tried to fire. That was blocked. And now here comes Scriven away shorthanded. Up against Little John. Scriven fires and Fletcher makes the save. Wanted to keep it going, but the referee blows it dead, and it'll be an ozone draw on the PK for the Titans upcoming. They've killed off the first 46 seconds of Oon's minor. Now Papel against Quick in the face-off circle, this time to our left. This is Hill trying to cut to the net, goes in behind. He'll take possession, just try to kill clock, and he'll pin it up against the wall. Quickly take it away from him. Kral will move in. And now retreat back into the neutral zone along with Papel, who sends it back into the Corvairs zone with 53 seconds left on the PK. Up that left side, pass intended for Russell. Quick was there, neither could handle it. Crawl. His pass missed Hill. And now it's back into the Titan zone. Osborne racing after it. Papel got there first, sent it to the near corner. Look for Gallo up top. Here's Littlejohn. Hobson. It ricochets through the far side. Van der Elsen gets to it and fires it down. 20 seconds left in the Corvairs power play. Poked away from Butcher. And now to Quinton Kim LeMay, who just chips it into the Caledonia zone. That should do it. 10 seconds left on the power play. Gauthier in the near corner. Goes to the circle, backhander to the side of the net. Wicklander was there, but the puck was bouncing. Wicklander again tried to whack at it, get it to Quinton Kim LeMay. Couldn't do so. We're back to 5-on-5. Butcher in over the line. Tried to cut to the middle. That got interrupted. Taverness got bumped along the end wall. Another try. That goes wide of the cage. Sent back into the half wall. De Silva. Taverness, the only man in white in the corner. He'll get joined by Wicklander, who tries to wrestle the puck free. Dunford moving in too. Christie comes out with it around his own cage. Up to Quinton Kim LeMay, who had to get his head up, and then he stood up Wasselin. Gauthier able to get it just over the line. Christie follows up, tries to drag it to the middle, couldn't. Gauthier was there to regain possession though. And now it's sent the length of the rink, and the Corvairs will be charged with an icing. Stippen came together with his counterpart, Kate Dunford, along the far side, both fighting for the puck. Karmanov, 7 feet tall. He's the only guy that will knock that down. Arrogato over the line, looks to shoot, hasn't yet, dished it off, just out of the reach of Stippen though. He looked to the point, decided to stop in the middle. Scriven lost his balance, still got a piece of it though. Arrogato swings and misses. Scriven got there. That right circle. Across the stip, and he had a wide open net if he was able to connect. Scriven back to the line, Karmanov to the middle. Mulholland shoots one, glove save, no rebound for Fletcher. Puck just hopped over the stick of the Titans captain, or else it was 3-1. Corvairs forgot about him on the near side, as that would have been an easy tap in for the captain, but the puck just a little bit over his stick. But an ozone draw upcoming for Brantford. To the glove side of Fletcher. Forced to the line, Christie. Got the drop from Chamberlain as the two Bulldogs prospects exchange passes. Van der Elsen fired one wide. Crawl goes all the way around. Hill is there. Got a piece of it, slowed it down enough that Christie was able to get there in time. Chamberlain pinned against the wall. Van der Elsen came to help out, but taken by McCutcheon now as he sends it to Sully. Sully trying to split the D, but a good stick by Crawl. We'll get rid of that opportunity. And now it's forced to the blue paint. Second try, that's blocked, and it ricochets to the wall. Quick up top. Looks to the net, fires one, save made, rebound sat there, but no second shot taken yet. And then Christie follows up. And now a penalty being called by the official at the blue line. It'll be a slash, and he pointed right to Hill. And the third straight power play of the game to the Corvairs. Tristan Hill will head off for a couple of minutes or less. It is a slash against number 22 in white. Face-off win for Quick. Comes back to Gallo all the way across to Littlejohn. Gallo to Quick. Not sure who that pass was intended to, but it's grabbed by Littlejohn off the wall. His pass intercepted by Karmanov. Pretty tough to get it by him, and now the big man showing off the hands in the middle. Short-handed attempt, and he broke his stick. I'd say that's probably the easiest one to find on the bench. Littlejohn through the middle, comes to Gallo right side. He'll fire it in all the way around. Littlejohn was met at the wall. Pappel's there, and he will clear it. Now 1:20 to go in the power play. Gauthier tried to poke it out, couldn't do so, but the effort from Capel did allow him to get it out. So Gallo back in. He is met by Karmanov as he got destroyed along the near wall. Quick tries a sharp angle try, and that one stopped. Lesbront's back with an unbelievable save there. I don't know how he caught his balance to make that stop, and then he gets some help from Karmanov to get that stick back. With 1.5 gone on the power play for the Corvairs. Hobson was stopped at the line. Titans clear it. Now 20 to go, and they will change. McCutcheon with 10 seconds left on the power play. Corvairs move it up that right side. Going in deep is Hobson. Hobson in behind, gets knocked down. Butcher will send it down low, past Hobson, all the way around where Adam Stippen is. Backhander, not enough on it as Hobson kept it alive. Hobson with time to shoot. That's blocked. Comes to the wall, penalty upcoming. It'll be against Caledonia. Stippen. Through the middle, over the red line. Stippen lost the handle of the puck just inside the blue line, and De Silva touches it, and a power play to the Titans with 2:06 left in period number 2 as they'll look to extend the lead and go up by a pair. And Butcher can't believe it. He'll get escorted off, or that's McCutcheon, number 8, not 9. The face-off to the blocking side of Maverick Fletcher. Caledonia bench unhappy with the penalty. Now we're ready to get going. Gauthier will win the face-off. Chamberlain back to Christie. Christie will walk in and fire one, and that'll come out the near side. Corvairs will clear it as Davies has a little bit of space to skate. Inside the Titan zone as he gets checked by Christie. Stippen with a backhander to Chamberlain. Chamberlain will leave it for Christie, who has to hustle. And he gets it over to Quinton Kim-LeMay. In the circle, got the deflection in front. It's another power play goal for the Titans, and it's 3-1 as the lead does get extended. The captain's got 2, and the Titans lead by a pair. Stippen's 7th of the year, now give him 4 on the power play. 1:21 away from the second intermission. As the Corvairs will grab the face-off thanks to Mr. Quick, who's quickly into the offensive zone. He'll shoot one, and that grazed the shoulder of the goaltender, Lesbront's back. Pappel in the middle, dumps it in on goal, and Grabbing it is Maverick Fletcher for a face-off. Stippen from Kim LeMay and Christie on the power play at 18:39. As the Titans lead up to 2, it's 3-1. .1 to go. The Corvairs have gotten within 1. That is a heck of an answer by Caledonia to get that one back. As off of that draw, that was Gallo taking it, and he'll get the puck on the right wing side. Gallo looks to the net, will shoot. That's off the stick of the goaltender, and it did catch the netting. So play is halted. Now 28.8 to go. Quick 6th of the year makes it 3-2. Wicklander trying to shoot one. It was blocked. And then him and Littlejohn came together in the corner. 1 second to go, and there is the buzzer. Titans with a 1-goal advantage heading to the third. We will step aside and be back for the final frame after this. Welcome back to the Gretzky Center. Period number 3 is underway. No carryover penalties into the final frame. So we begin the third 5-on-5. Brantford Titans 3, Caledonia Corvairs 2. I'm Reese Dumaney. Thanks so much for joining us. The home of the Titans all season long. First of 2 home games this weekend. We'll do it again on Saturday. Another 1 o'clock start here in Brantford. But for now, 20 minutes to try and close out the Corvairs and hand them their second straight loss. There's a deflection that'll just roll past the far side of the net in the Caledonia zone. Exact same way the Titans came out to start the second. They were hard and controlled the pace of play through the first 2 minutes of that second period as Wasslin fires one that's blocked. Second try, puck is up in the air. Westbront's back, able to get back in between the pipes and in position. Scriven's got it. Up to the red line. He'll chip it by the defender and then get there first in behind the cage. Wasslin up to McCutcheon off of his stick. Kept alive by Christie. Shot attempt was off a skate. And Hobson comes back the other way. Over the Titans line, he'll spin around Crawl. Hobson had it knocked away by Stippen, who's in that corner. Just ahead of Scriven. He couldn't get it. Crawl, the defender, getting in the way of the quick shot. And that's up into the netting and out of play. 1:22 into the third period. 2 goals from Stippen, 1 from Oon to make it 3 goals in the game for the Titans. Littlejohn and Quick, the goal scorers for Caledonia. Titans have 2 power play goals. Corvairs have 1. Pass intercepted by Quentin Kim LeMay. Him and Gauthier are away 2-on-2. Kim LeMay will get through the defense, grab the puck in below the goal line. Wicklander's there in the circle, tried to get it to the cage. That was blocked. Shot past Gauthier, and racing after it is Chase Scott. And now it slides down into the Titan zone. Christie gonna have to get on his horse, and he does. It is icing charge to Caledonia. Mentioned the next game upcoming for the Titans on Saturday. That's the 25th of October. Pelham Panthers will come to Brantford for the first time this season. As I mentioned, it'll be at 1 o'clock, and we'll have it for you here on Flow Hockey. Wicklander leaning in. Face off, won by Caledonia in their own zone. Quickly ahead. That actually hit the back of Osborne. He'll send it to Russell. Russell had it knocked away by Jackson Cunningham-Lukes, who got the puck back from Wicklander. Taverness knocked down. Quick steals it. Up top to Littlejohn. He'll get around Quentin Kim LeMay. Littlejohn couldn't get around Taverness though. And here comes Quentin Kim LeMay. 3 Titans ahead. He'll get over the blue line and immediately lose it, but it goes right to the goaltender, Fletcher. So he'll get on top of it, and the Titans have an ozone draw upcoming. We are one of 4 games currently in action around the Greater Ontario Hockey League. In air, it is all Centennials right now as they are way ahead of the Caledon Bombers. That is a 7-1 score in air. Hamilton leading well in 3-2 at Mountain Arena. 14:26 to go in the third period there. Karmanov's one-timer just missed, and then Stippen got an opportunity, but he swung and missed for strike 1. Davies around the cage. Davies losing the handle for a second. Sully followed up. Davies with a backhander to the far circle. That shot gets blocked. Now Mulholland in the corner. Has Swift near him. Goes to Karmanov. To Adam Stippen. That puck got intercepted. Sent back into the Titan zone. Mulholland will escape his zone successfully. Up over the red line. Mulholland still with the puck into the Corvairs zone. Had to stop. Lost the handle. And now Arrogato kept it alive momentarily. Now Davies all alone in the offensive zone. He fired it well wide as his team was changing. Stippen goes off the boards to Chamberlain. Puck up into the air. Right in front of the penalty box area. Titans clear it down, and they will complete a change of their own. Just over 3.5 into the third. Titans still with a 1-goal advantage. Fourth game in action. Chatham up on Sarnia right now. It is 4-2 in Sarnia. They're at about the same point we are into the third period. Just inside the blue line, that is into the glove of Lesbron Spack. The line of Papel, Oon, and Capel out there with Kral and Christie on the back end. It's up off the board. Swift stopped it for a second. Papel forced him though. Oon now with it. He gets knocked down. Capel near side. He scores. Lead is back to 2 for the Brantford Titans. 4:07 into the third. It's 4-2. Capel's got his 4th of the year. This fourth line produces their second goal of the contest. As Quinton Kim LeMay, fresh onto the ice, takes a sharp angle shot that's stopped and hung on to by the goaltender Maverick Fletcher. That's the same 3 that hooked up on the Titans' second goal. That second goal was Oon from Capel and Papel. It's now Capel from Oon and Papel. As Christie stops it in front of the Corvairs bench, he'll fire it all the way across. To get there is Little John, and he'll send it out to center, right to Aiden Kral. Kral will bank it perfectly for Chamberlain. He'll send it in. Fletcher out to stop it in behind his own cage. Vanderelsen unable to get there. Swift sends it off of McCutcheon's skate. Now Hobson up the right side, tries to cut to the middle, but it's swiped away by the goaltender Lesbron Spack. And now a penalty upcoming to Chamberlain as he knocked his man into the wall. So the Corvairs to the power play, looking to get back within 1. They've already got 1 on the man advantage in this game. They'll look for a second. They're currently 1 for 4 on the power play. Chamberlain to sit for 2 or less. It'll be a cross check against number 14 in white. Gallo to Quick. Papel right in front of Quick as he quickly had to hurry, and it's out of play, so that'll stop the action. Held in at the line. It comes to Little John. That's off of Capel, the most recent goal scorer for the Titans. Osborne to the middle. Clearing attempt blocked, and then a save made, and then it comes straight through the legs of Quick. And the Titans clear it down. 50 seconds left on the Chamberlain minor for cross-checking. Hobson was met by Wicklander, who goes behind his own cage. Mulholland is there looking to clear, and he will do so successfully. Gauthier met Wasselin in front of the Corvairs bench, and McCutcheon takes it in behind Fletcher with 22 seconds left on the power play. One last rush on the man advantage for the Corvairs. McCutcheon up that right side. Wicklander stops him, and then McCutcheon fell down. It goes back to number 8 in black in behind the goal line. Hobson fires, and a save made by Cohen Lesperance Spack. 4 seconds to go. Chamberlain standing in the penalty box, and then we will go back to 5-on-5. Face-off win for the Titans. Can't get one last clear, though. Shot goes high. Out of the box is Chamberlain. It's 5-on-5 as Butcher sends it down low. Hobson out in front. That's off a Titan defender. End of the side of the cage. Stopping it is Dunford. That's blocked by Christie. He'll look to chip it out. Didn't get enough on it. Dunford fires. Stick save by Lesperance Spack. Butcher drops it for Wasselin. On goal. Knocked down by Christie. And he'll race ahead. A couple of Titans moving up the ice. Scriven out, and he scores as Fletcher tried to come out and knock the puck away. He failed to do so, and the 4x6 was wide open for Scriven. It is a 3-goal lead for the Titans. It's 5-2 with 12:35 left in the third. Fourth goal of the year for Ryan Scriven, the former Sioux Greyhounds draft pick. Had the entire net to shoot at with Fletcher trying to get the puck well out of his crease. That is a huge insurance marker for the Titans to extend the lead. Karmanov all the way around. Capel did get a piece of it, so it squirts out to center. Quick. Missed the pass, and that's icing charged to Caledonia as Russell, the intended target, could not reach the puck. The Titans with a huge kill, and then they score their 5th goal. Scriven from Christie, that's now 3 assists for Gavin Christie. He's now got 8 on the season. Kim LeMay leads the team in assists with 13 coming into action. He's also on the score sheet in this contest as he's got an assist of his own, so he's up to 14 now on the year. As a backhander will beat the goaltender, Lesperance Spack. That's Quick's second of the game, and that's another quick response by the Corvairs. It's back to a 2-goal lead. It's 5-3. Just under 12 minutes to go in the third. Quick's now got 7 on the year with his second of the contest. Puck inside the Titans line. Kral just sent it back. They're going to wave off icing. Little John, first one there. And he will hang out in behind Maverick Fletcher. Quick unassisted has made it a 2-goal game. As Vander Elsen tried to step into Scott and then took another bump from 77. Little John through the middle. Here's Chamberlain going the other way. Chamberlain will fire one, and that one kicked aside by Fletcher. Littlejohn below the goal line, up to McCutcheon, who deflects it past Karmanov. He could sense danger coming, so rightfully just made the safe play out of the zone. Littlejohn looks all the way ahead, stretch pass, will go right in on goal. And then Karmanov hits McCutcheon in the near corner. Gallo from the circle, through Karmanov's legs to McCutcheon. Here's Littlejohn firing, and that'll ricochet wide of the cage. Up top, Wasselin. Got the deflection, it goes wide, and then it's thrown to the middle, but nobody was home as it splits the defense and goes rolling down the ice. With 9:50 left in the third, 5-3 Titans. Dunford across the red line sends it in. Lesperance back to Jackson Cunningham Lukes. He looks up the ice. That's off a glove. That's Ethan Quick. Arrogato, first man there in the corner. Now to the circle. Arrogato still with it. Pass was deflected and goes to the far point. Wicklander down low to Stippen. He'll go off the boards. Kroll tried to move in and get it, but he was just late. And now it's poked back to Mulholland by Russell. He's watched by Osborne. Mulholland has Arrogato and gives it to him. Arrogato all the way across for Kroll. Aiden Kroll through the middle. Gives to Arrogato. He'll fire one and score! 3-goal lead restored. 6-3 Titans with 8:54 to play. Ethan Arrogato with his first of the year. Heck of a job by Kroll in his Titans debut to move that puck up the rink on that left side. Arrogato, the late man into the zone, and he makes no mistake, beating Maverick Fletcher. 6-3 hockey game, just under 9 to go as Capel gets tied up trying to go after the puck by Wharton. Butcher ahead to Davies. Davies ran into a sea of white and he was stopped. Papel will go up off the window. Puck gets knocked down. Christie gets it. Has Karmanov near side. Christie decides to stop though. Creates some space for himself. Pass missed the intended target, and then a deflection from the line is held onto by Cohen. Lesperance back. Arrogato from Kroll at 11:06. Now Wicklander, Gauthier, and Kim LeMay, the forwards. Christie and Karmanov, the defense, and it's face-off win for Wicklander. Christie got it to Quinton Kim LeMay, who works through the middle. He was stopped though. Hobson back. Christie in the way of him in the cage. Sent in around. Karmanov takes out Butcher. That's off of Gauthier. He'll find it though. Near that Caledonia bench, Kim LeMay advances it into the offensive zone as Wicklander lays a nice check. Wicklander sends it back, intended for Gauthier, but it was a little bit too quick for him as a couple of players are tangled up in behind. That was Wicklander and Mason Wharton. Davies had his pass deflected. Now Quinton Kim LeMay has Mateo Gauthier in over the Corvairs line. Had it poked away as Cunningham Lukes just backhands it in deep below the goal line. Exactly 7 minutes to go. 3-goal advantage for the Titans, looking to win back-to-back games for the first time this season. Corvairs in jeopardy of dropping their second straight. McCutcheon got it over the line. That pass will miss. Come to the near boards. Mulholland intended to get it to Hill, but he couldn't find it in his feet. Swift fires. Lesbront's back to save, and he got the rebound too before covering it up and getting a face-off in his own zone with 6:35 left in the third. One last update on the out-of-town scoreboard around the Greater Ontario Hockey League here on Thursday, October 23rd. Centennials continue to lead Caledon. It is 8-3 Ayr with 5.5 to go in the third period. Hamilton still hanging on to a one-goal lead. It's 3-2 as they lead the Welland Junior Canadians at Mountain Arena. 4:39 left in the third period there, and looks like Chatham's going to pick up a couple of points in Sarnia. They lead 5-2 with 4:04 left in the third as Sarnia would drop to 0-13 on the season. Chatham coming into action today as the second place team, tied for first in points with London and Elmira. But with London and Elmira idle, Maroons, for at least the night, would jump into first place in the Western Conference. Here we've got just under 6:20 to go. The Titans on top 6-3. Wasslin was in deep. It's his number 2 counterpart, Krall, moving it ahead up that left side. Krall has Arrogato as these two connected for goal number 6. Arrogato tried to show off the hands and go to the goal, but it's knocked away from him. And then Krall got in the way of that lead pass. Russell ahead to Osborne, back to Russell. He's knocked off stride by Scriven. And it's back just inside the line for Scott. Arrogato, the lone forechecker. Scott had it go off Russell and down into the Titans zone. Christie tried to get by Osborne, couldn't do it, but Wicklander was there. His pass will miss Arrogato, and it will bank all the way down and have enough for icing with just under 5.5 to go in the third period. Still 6-3 Brantford. The start of a 2-game weekend for the Brantford Titans. Pelham Panthers will be here on Saturday. Hope you'll join us for that one. It is a 1 o'clock Eastern start time here at the Gretzky Center. As the Titans tonight begin a stretch of 4 out of 5 here at home. Shot was blocked. Hobson looked to fire one, and then he tried to bank it off of Lesbront's back, who now gets back to his feet. Off of Stipp into the far wall. Mentioned earlier that lone road game for the Titans comes 1 week from tonight. That's October 30th in Hamilton. As it'll be Pelham on Saturday, Welland 2 Thursdays from now into the month of November, and then Hamilton here for the first time this season. That'll be on November 8th. Five minutes and 1 second away from the final buzzer. Titans are looking to close it out. It's Wicklander, Gauthier, and Kim LeMay sent out. Karmanov and Mulholland join them. Face-off win for the Corvairs. Hobson lost the handle, and then he gets knocked down. Wicklander up the right side, in over the Corvair line. Tried to give it to Kim LeMay. Does second time. Tried to go short side. Couldn't bury it, though. As that pass will miss. Hobson looking to cut to the goal, and that'll ricochet off the glass. Knocked down by Kim LeMay. Dunford did keep it alive just inside the line. Karmanov reaches down and will settle it right to his stick. Karmanov through the middle, over the blue line. Karmanov still with the puck, tries a shot. He looked to go over the right shoulder of the goaltender, but missed. Butcher lost the handle. Went right to Wicklander. He just chipped it over center. Butcher's got it in his own zone with 4 minutes and change left in the third. Hobson had it go off of Stippen. Mulholland quickly ahead off of Gauthier's stick. Scott and Gauthier chase after it. Scott from the circle, up over the blue line, and then over that Titans logo here at the Gretzky Center. Chipped back into the neutral zone by Christie, right to Scriven, who lost the handle of the puck. McCutcheon off of Scriven. Butcher fires, and he misses. Christie ahead, Stippen couldn't handle it. Wharton fired, it was blocked, and then a weak shot is handled by Lesbrot Spack. And a face-off upcoming, 3:29 left in the third period. Titans winless last year against Caledonia, 0-4-1. They are 3:29 away from collecting a couple of points against the Corvairs in meeting number 2 this season. Quick leans in, but it's the Titans winning it in their own zone. Wharton kept it alive, at least for the time being. Quick all the way across to Littlejohn. Weak shot, deflected wide. Quick fires, and it's the hat trick. Ethan Quick has 3, and it's back to a 2-goal game with 3:17 left. As the Corvairs make things interesting with a few minutes to go. And it's Quick on that draw, poke to Capel. He'll just fire it in, and Fletcher grabs it, and he'll settle it down for Littlejohn. Wharton sent it in. Karmanov along the far boards will chip it out to the neutral zone. Littlejohn sends it back in. That's off the stick of Mulholland. And he'll move up the ice to Karmanov on the far side. That long reach helps Karmanov get it in deep up against Littlejohn, and Karmanov got Littlejohn. And Karmanov's going to get called for a penalty. And another call because Alexander Karmanov is 7 feet tall. As Littlejohn goes over to exchange words with Karmanov. So the Corvairs to the power play immediately after Quick makes it 6-4. Russell and Littlejohn grab the assists on Quick's third of the evening. And now Van der Elzen will skate across and serve the 2 minutes. Quick, up top, goes all the way across. That's Gallo gathering it. Quick comes to Littlejohn, who had trouble handling the puck, so it squirts out to the neutral zone. Quick, quickly back in. Has it down low, throws it out in front, and that just deflects to the near glass. Fletcher still in the cage for Caledonia with 1:45 left. Russell fires, that's out the far side, and it rolls out with Fletcher going to the bench. It's now 6-on-4 in a 6-4 game. 1.5 left. McCutcheon drops it for Littlejohn, who sends it in deep. It caroms out in front, and Osborne had a whack at it, but couldn't beat the goaltender. Thompson up to Quick. He got the deflection, and it's 6-5. Power play goal for the Corvairs. Now 1:14 to go. It is a one-shot game. As Ty McCutcheon deflects home his 6th of the year, his 2nd on the power play. Things are really interesting now, and we're also going to get a timeout called by the Corvairs. Both teams have had a chance to discuss things before we get back underway. 6-5 hockey game. That's a big face-off win for Chamberlain off the goal. Knocked down by Little John. He'll look to gain the Titans line and does so. Fletcher to the bench. Sent past Cunningham. Lukes. Osborne goes around the wall. That shot will go wide. Little John moves in with 30 seconds left. Far circle, that's blocked by Cunningham Lukes. And he felt it. In the middle, out in front of the crease, knocked away, and that one stays out. I don't know how. 15 seconds to go. McCutcheon tries to turn and fire. He can't. Kim LeMay can't get it out, but Chamberlain does. Gallo grabs it at his own blue line, fires it the length of the rink. 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 points to the Brantford Titans. They hang on for a 6-5 win, and they have won their second straight. Corvairs dropped their second straight and fall to 8-4. Titans improve to 3-8-2. As it got interesting in the late stages, but the Titans are able to hang on, and in his Titans debut, Cohen Lesperance-Spack grabs his first GOHL win. 6-5 your final. We're back at it on Saturday afternoon. Pelham Panthers are in town. It's a 1 o'clock start.